Hello, I'm Larissa. Welcome to Goblins of Discord. I'm going to type Amy Schumer in a hot second, but I have a little announcement to make, I guess. Right now, my services are on hold, and that's for a reason. I mean, it was for a different reason when I put them on hold. And I unlocked a portal for me that I didn't realize I had this like block that I could remove, I guess. So a lot of people over the last year have asked me, Larissa, do you have a server? Are you going to start a new server? Da, 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 da. And I have entertained it. For those of you who don't know, just over a year ago, I regret not dropping this announcement, to be honest, like on the exact anniversary, because it would have been really like delicious for me. But like I said, I didn't have this realization until this week. So I was mutinized just over a year ago. Happy anniversary. I got threed. I got like nastily threed, and I had a bunch of worms mutinize me. So I'm the one who created the original Discord, Goblins of Discord server before another one got made, a replicant got made and monetized. Anyways, Goblins of Discord is like my vision. So we'll be keeping it that way from now on. There will be no more collective, no articles. Thank you. I don't want your articles. I'm not your editor. Don't send me anything, please. But I will be opening a new server. If you write an article, post it on your own blog. Post it on your own blog. Happy to share it on the Instagram. I won't probably read it, but I'm happy to share it. Anyways, I'm opening a new server. Finally, I have considered it many times over the last year, but then I have this like grievance list where I'm like, I don't want to do it if X, Y, Z. Nah, nah, nah. No, I won't do it. Even though I love socializing around the Enneagram, and I actually like Discord servers because of like all the emojis, and I don't know, it's a fun place to be. I don't know, it's a vibe, I enjoy it. So I love hosting Zooms. I love hosting roasts. I love hosting typing calls, whether that's for YouTube, but I will be doing members only typing calls where it's like you get to practice your typing skills, and it'll be like a collaborative in the sense of like we're all learning together, we'll be studying, we'll be back and forthing, debating. I love that shit. So if that's your jam, then I will be opening a new server. It's already set up, but I'm kind of like figuring it out right now. It will be paid. Do not DM me. You're not getting in for free. It costs me money, okay? It's like actually expensive to do all of this stuff. I don't know if you know that, but at any rate, I'm actually really excited. And the other thing that I was like, I don't want to deal with like newbie people. I love newbie people, but I don't want to deal with like the endless question, like the sixes and the six fixers asking all these questions about like stuff where I'm like, I just don't want to answer this. So now I have a gob bot. I have a gob bot, and I'm so excited because it has like a goblin personality. I'm probably going to add a couple bots just to, I don't know, see what happens. I've been testing it out, seeing how accurate it is and how shitty the answers are. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. So I don't know. And then that can spark conversations for people. If you're up in 4 a.m, you can talk to the gob bot. And so there will be designated channels for the attention whores who just kind of want to complain about their boyfriends or whatever. And there's all these channels for like type theory, visual typing, structural typing, instincts, all of this stuff. So if this interests you, then please stay tuned. I'll be announcing it on Substack, Instagram, and I'll be talking about it on YouTube. And and I have a bunch of people's emails. I'll probably send out a spam message at some point. It's all the SP stuff that I don't like doing, but I'm excited. I'm actually genuinely excited. So, and yeah, if you're wanting to learn how to type, like not just like watching other people's like explanatory boring ass videos, if you actually want to like get in calls and back and forth and ask questions. I like engaging with people live. I just don't like having to like wake up to like 20 messages where it's like homework. Do you know what I mean? I don't like doing that stuff. It's just like, it's not spark joy. So the God bot. All of my problems are solved for now. I'm sure new problems will appear. Anyways, you can't join if you're under 18. That should go without saying. Apparently there's like a flux of like annoying teenagers that have gone into the Enneagram. So Anyway, that's my little spiel. So stay tuned. Goblins 2.0, fire emojis. I'm excited. Okay, now I'm going to type Amy Schumer. This might be quick and dirty because I've kind of already loosely typed her and I have something to do shortly. Okay. Amy Schumer. I think she's kind of an interesting one to look at because I think she's probably like a social sexual 6-wing 7 who kind of almost like superficially appears like a 7-wing 6. I do have a 7-wing 6 9-3 non-comedian who I think is social sexual that I will also compare her to maybe. Like I'll post in the next, I don't know, whatever. Because I find it interesting if you can get people typologically similar and kind of look at the differences. I feel like that's really helpful, and that's the kind of stuff we'll be doing in the server. Okay, Amy Schumer. I don't know. I think there's something going on with her right now because 2 days ago, I don't know. I think she had some like Ozempic drama or something. I'm not here to judge her. People have their own problems. We live in a hell world where we're all being poisoned, so no judgment. Um, she actually, so here's the thing, her and Jennifer Lawrence, I don't know if they're still besties, but they were for a period anyways, and I think they're actually typologically pretty similar. Like, I think their wings are probably different. Like, Jennifer Lawrence is like a 6-wing 7, and I think Amy Schumer's a 6-wing 7, and I think they're both self-pres last. So I'm thinking Amy Schumer's social sexual. Jennifer Lawrence is either sexual social or social sexual, and like how I type people. I think Jennifer Lawrence is probably 9-wing 1 fixed, and Amy Schumer is probably 9-wing 8. I think Jennifer Lawrence is probably 3-wing 4 fixed, and Amy Schumer is probably 3-wing 2 fixed. So they have typological overlap, but it's like enough of a difference. But I definitely think they had like a twinning kind of experience with each other, which makes sense. Um, Amy Schumer. So she's a comedian, obviously, if you didn't know. I was just doing a quick look at her feed. It's just sort of like a chaotic, doesn't feel like super curated. It seems like she's just posting shit from her life that doesn't have that like, image type curation or even like the SPSO, look at my stuff kind of thing. This is all just snippets and moments and stuff. I really think she's social sexual. Probably won't go into it too much, but I haven't watched this, so I don't know if it's good or not. But let's just take a look. Nope.
It really is hammered.
It's old.
Just hammered.
I don't even know if she's still doing stand up. I think she was trying to do more screenwriting. I don't know what actually happened to with it.
Right now. You guys, thank you so much for coming out. This is a big deal for me. Thank you. But are you too hot to clap? You can't. Are you hurt? So my friend sent me a porn link this morning. My friend and I will send each other porn once in a while. Just so you know if it's good or if one of the guys looks like one of our dads or something.
So I can see why like 7 is the 7 or is the social sexual? Hard to tell at the beginning here, I guess, but it's crass. So there's either 7-wing 7, social sexual. Perhaps SPSOs can make gross jokes too, but I don't know. This feels social sexual humor to me. She's just being like flippant with like, oh, like it does look like our dad, which does seem kind of 70, but we'll see.
Well, we're having a friendship. So she sends me this porn link. She's like, you have to watch it right now. You're going to love it. It's porn for women. It's literally just like sex from the woman's perspective. I'm like, so what is it? Just the camera like looking out at the room? The headboard, zooming in and out of the headboards. Once in a while, a pillow in your face.
Yeah, because, okay, so 6-wing 7 skews more self-deprecating, and this is self-deprecating. I mean, I'm interpreting it as her being like, the guy is like fucking her from behind, or there's not like an engagement happening. It's like she's being degraded, and that's kind of like more six humor, in my opinion.
This is so great. I think he's the one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like seven wing sixes can be self-deprecating, but it's like a different flavor of self-deprecating where it's more like I was gonna say for entertainment purposes, but that's what she's doing, and it's more like seven wing six humor is more just like you're kind of like drawing attention to it's like you're doing it almost like you have to do it. It's like, oh, I gotta make myself like just a little likable. It's not really genuine. And I think with sixes it's like way more genuine.
Men are so gross. We don't even know how gross they are. Think about the grossest dude you would bang. Okay, you have him in your mind. It's pretty bad, right? Probably recently after a blackout. If you saw the grossest girl that a guy was willing to have sex with, it would blow your fucking mind. Because you probably stepped over her to get in this place tonight. What?
Yeah, this is so I think this is social sexual humor and how I'm moving towards the instincts. As I've talked about before, I'm not like an instincts hag, I'm not like super into them, but I've noticed social sexual humor by and large is kind of like mean girl humor. And I've noticed it with six wing sevens, image type sevens, obviously. There's like it's kind of a mean girl flavor to it. And it's kind of feels almost a little bit superficial where it's kind of reducing people to stereotypes, not in a way like a social self-pres does it, where they're like, oh no, is my thing phrasing? It's not like the social self-pres reducing people of like, they're like this demographic, that demographic. It's more like, here's why they're kind of gross. Here's why they're fuckable. Here's why they're not fuckable. It's like more like, here's where they are on the social hierarchy ladder. This person's not cool. Like it's kind of this kind of stuff, regardless of type. There's like definitely a theme, I think, or like I don't know. It's a pattern. Some types won't own it as openly, but I think certain types kind of if there's a toxic six, they're social sexual. This is my I love toxic people, so this is not a judgment. Toxic sixes are my favorite sixes. Toxic sixes in the fun way, like the catty self-pres last six way, not social self-pres cattiness. No, it's not enjoyable.
But we take care of ourselves. Like, look at all the gorgeous girls here. Look at you guys, right? We do so much. Do you guys remember? Like, do you remember Bread?
Or she's kind of doing like a weird baby voice thing too. I think she's so got two in her type. But I can't. I don't know. I don't really have a point for this. Usually, there's an influence of two somewhere. I think three wing too. I definitely don't think she's two fix.
Do you know? Remember Bread? It was mostly made of bread, and you would eat it and feel good. You wouldn't like cut yourself and cry.
Yeah, and this doesn't feel like SPSO, like SB humor. Like, oh, I'm talking about Brad. It's like she's kind of like emotionalizing it. It's like, here's how I like make myself feel better, but it's not the SPSO like I got the bread and then I did it and the bread like the joke is about like I don't I don't even know what SPSO humor is, but it's horrible.
How can I do this to America? Let's just eat bread again. Can we just stop with all the showering and the whatnot? I still think I'm in my 20s. Like at a bar, I'll still show my license. They're just like, we can see your face. Just go in the bar. Did you want us to know that you're not an organ donor? God, I haven't done anything I'm supposed to do in my 30s. Like, I'm always the last one to know things aren't cool. Like, I was the last one of my friends to know it wasn't cool to drink like a homeless person anymore.
Social sexual problems, I really think this is like an SP last problems and probably social last problems too. I think if you have sexual in your typing, you probably struggle with addiction on some level, some kind of addiction. Like, I know people will hate that I've said that, but all the people who fake type as like having sexual on their type, but I don't know. Not to like cause any LARPers to go get an addiction, but like there's like a chaotic element to your life that like other people are like, oh, like regardless of whatever your type is, like whether you're like a 9 or a 6 or you're like a 7 or an 8 or whatever, it's like there's going to be some chaotic element if you have SX in your typing, I think anyway.
That's how you drink when you're younger, like a homeless person.
Well, you know what though? Social sexuals live longer, I think, because they're not. It's like if you hang out with like SPSOs, especially if they have like 6 in their type somewhere, it's like they're constantly have some kind of health crisis. Like there's some kind of health crisis constantly happening. It's like this endless health crisis. And I think there's like a benefit to ignoring it sometimes. If your SP lasts, or like you're not as like zoomed in on it, so you're able to like manifest answers. Like when my arm kept hurting all the time, and yeah, I don't like I was like this is not like I looked up and it was like tennis elbow and I was like no, there's something wrong, like there's something wrong here. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna channel. So I just like sat for like I don't know a couple minutes and was like, okay, like what's wrong with my arm? What do I need? What do I need to cut out? And well, it was like cut out drinking, but it was like scurvy. It was like start taking vitamin C. That was the message that I got from the ether. And I started taking vitamin C and my arm stopped hurting. So I'm just telling you, like, there's magic you can tap into if you're not doing like SP if you're not doing like SP way of solving problems, which is like, I don't know, spending years researching like micro details. It's like maybe you can just channel your your health issue solution. And now I've gone into some gross SP spiral, but anyway.
You drink like 40s in paper bags at bus stops, right? Some people still do it.
Even her style looks social sexual. She's like she looks like she's literally going to a club later,
Run from the
but
cops,
she's doing a comedy stand-up thing.
pee behind dumpsters. I remember more than once being like, I just found these beers in the bushes, let's drink them. And no one was like, ew, you're a vagrant. They were like, we're gonna remember tonight forever.
Also, I feel like she's using her wing 7 for comedy, but she's doing it like a 6, if this makes sense. So this is something that I've also noticed is like types will often use their fixes or their wings for like creative material, or like the comedians, but it's like they're not, but they're still doing their type. And I feel like what she's doing is she's kind of degrading herself for laughs, right?
Uh, my friends have all like really done it. They're in their 30s for real. They all got
And
married.
also, I'm sure like this is sort of the relatable part about sixes, even though I think that like a lot of like sixes won't relate to this. Social sexual 6 wing 7s will relate to this, and probably 7 wing 6s as well, because she's doing that thing. Like there's like an energy going on. It's like hot mess, right?
Married. They keep their kids every time now. Everything. Oh, sorry. I always carry it to term judgmental audience. No, I'm like, you're not even gonna think about it. I don't even know you anymore. And look, I'm not crazy. I just think you should consider, terminating the pregnancy if it was rape or incest or with a redhead, like the the unacceptables. Uh, my friends, they really did. They all did at 31. Having their first wave of divorces right now. It's a weird time. What do you do first? You call your sluttiest friend. hey, that's me. They call me because they want to get a drink.
And also, like, this is sort of like the thing with six, like doing relatability is like they'll do relatability through their instincts. So it's like she's kind of bonding with the audience over what a like hot mess she is. It's like I'm like, see, like you guys have this problem too, right? Or like this is kind of at least funny. Like, do you guys have friends? Like also like like sixes kind of have because they're reactive types, so it's like they're being truthful, but there is like the separation part too that is sort of overlaps with four, where it's like because they're sort of down on themselves on some level. Oh,
All of a sudden, I'm like, where have you been for 10 years? And yes, I do want to get a drink. I'm lonely. What do you say when someone's like, oh, we're getting divorced? What do you say? Is there a card? Is there a hallmark that says like, I told you so, bitch? Or something like, what you expect? You met him at a flip cup tournament. Do they have that?
yeah, and I kind of like put like the sorority girl kind of humor in social sexual and 6776 space. Like obviously that's being reductive and not all will relate to that, but there is this sort of thing that goes on, I think.
Is there a beanie baby? You press its belly. It's like, remember how spunky you were at your wedding, you cunt? One of those.
Yeah, and like even just these kinds of jokes, like where it's like, remember how smug you were at your wedding? I mean, it is sort of the six. Like I've said on other videos, it's like I know that like envy is associated with four, but four envy is different. And like the kind of generic meaning of envy is I see more happens with like sixes and threes. And sixes kind of have this the envy of like, how dare you escape the bucket? Like, how dare you like there's that sort of like oh they're like shining or they're like excelling or they're like enjoying life or something, not that I think she's like a big hater, but it's like there can be that sort of like oh like you like think you're good, you think you're so good you got married, like this kind of, I don't know if that makes sense.
A bride during the bride. Thank you for coming. I'm like, people used to get married for survival, you know? Did you guys play Oregon Trail like I did when you were kids? Okay. So everyone died when they were like 19. Yeah, dysentery. That was your favorite. Everybody had like a favorite disease. I liked it when an ox fell on your head. Everyone died. So you would be married for 2 years and it wasn't a commitment, but now we don't die anymore. If your heart doesn't work, they give you a new one. So you better like that bitch you're marrying.
Yeah, and this is where I think social sexual also overlaps with like seven, because it's like there's the commitment phobic sort of orientation on some level, or it's like a flippancy of the SP realm, which like is kind of marriage. Like, I mean, you can argue that it could be social or it could be sexual for depending on the person, but I feel like like social sexuals, maybe even sexual doms, I don't know. I think that there can be this like, let's change it up. Like, do we really need to stay married? Like, I don't know. And also the like, oh no, am I gonna be stuck? Am I gonna be like in the drudgerous SP realm stuck with this person? Um, like I sort of like for a long time have sort of tried to tease apart the differences between seven and social sexual. So this is sort of why I'm focusing on it. But
it's gonna be a while. Everybody wants their soulmate now. You gotta have your soulmate. Even my mom's still looking for her soulmate.
yeah, and like all of her jokes primarily are like around like relationships, boyfriends, like love, like dating, da da da. Hopefully these don't get flagged.
How are you?
I'm excited. Congratulations on the Peabody Award. I don't think I knew about that the last time you were here. That's big time
new.
stuff. Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, and I just found out right before it came out.
That's what I was going to say.
We got a fourth season.
Yeah, good
Just
for
found
you.
out.
Nice
We got a
going.
fourth season.
So that's good.
Yeah.
A lot of work, though. Because
Also, she looks like a hot mess, like at this interview. Like, what is this hair? Like, again, this is sort of like I think some social sexual stuff.
you would think that it would get easier. You find that the show gets easier as you go along?
No, I find that I'm getting easier, but the show,
Honestly, what does that mean?
I meant sexually, Dave.
Oh, that's, thank God.
You guys got it.
That's not what I thought.
Yeah, and it's not like a 7 kind of flirty, novel. It's kind of like the 6 thing of like I'm easy, like you like me, right?
Got it?
Yeah. Now, do you? None of my business, but are you engaged? Do you have a boyfriend? Are you?
Oh.
What's your status?
Okay, well, my status is it's complicated. No, I'm totally single. I was dating somebody for a little. I was actually dating an infectious disease doctor because 2 birds. And,
Yeah, again, this seems like social sexual humor to me. I could be off on that, but that's my take on it. Why not? I mean, she kind of looks, she kind of looks 980 now. But I think when she was younger, she looks more 7'6", 6'7" space. Like there's, in her face, she definitely looks like 9 wing 8 fixed to me, anyways. She has kind of like like 3 wing 2. It's like there's a soft, kind of pillowy, inviting, kind, warm. Wants to be liked. It's not like a pick me energy per se, but it's she seems like she seems approachable, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like you could go up to her and chitty chat. And I'm just gonna like float a loose theory. I could see 6s like having also like a like for self-sabotage in a different way, which would be like a different video that maybe I would discuss this, but I think like 6s can self-sabotage a little bit, and I think sometimes 6s have a like and 6 fixers can have like a thing with guilt and becoming famous. So I don't know. I think there can be this thing of like having to constantly like level yourself back down to like a human. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the theory that I just was cooking up because I don't want to edit this if I regret saying it. But I think there can be like a thing with 6 where you're kind of self-sabotaging an aspect of your life to kind of make up for fame or success. I don't know. I have all kinds of interesting theories that I've been cooking up related to like how the ego manifests itself like physically and behaviorally. This is the stuff that I'm like, this is also partly why I want to do a server again, because I just really want to get like more. I feel like I needed to like go into hermit mode for a chunk of time too and gather all of my mental trinkets, I suppose. And now I'm ready to like explore more. So
yeah, why not? I mean, if you can, sure.
But no, we broke up. I found he was like a secret alcoholic.
Oh.
And that's like my thing, you know? That's my thing.
yeah, and like her whole shtick is like, I'm an alcoholic, I'm a party girl, I like to do and now she's like a mom, so I don't know, her like old comedic identity and like I'm a slut and like my ex-boyfriend gave me HPV and like I don't know, like this kind of stuff. And like now she's a mom, so it's like I don't even know if she's still doing stand up. There's nothing something I hate more than mom stand up. I did find what's that chick's name? I should type her actually. I think she might be a 7 wing 6. I can't remember her name. She did have like one funny mom thing. Ugh, I'll come back to it. Anyways, put her on the list if I can remember her name.
You know that.
I think we talked about you being an alcoholic.
We have talked about that.
Yes,
there's
that's
always
right.
in a relationship, there's one alcoholic and one person who's sad, and I want it to be like the fun one, you know?
Right.
No, I don't think that's her saying she's a 7.
Yeah. And
I also think social sexual has like an orientation towards being fun because it is like the party hostess, like, woo, social butterfly kind of type.
Your mom what does your mom do?
She's a speech and hearing therapist for the deaf.
So she must be a great
She's
influence.
a speech and hearing therapist.
I don't have an impairment. I'm fine.
This is the last time I'm going to be here. I can do whatever I want.
Well, now we're talking. Let's see what you have in mind.
And this feels more like a flirting with daddy six thing than anything else, where it's like, I'm gonna nag you. Like, I think that like sixes love to nag, as a way of kind of flirting.
Anything.
Thank you for having me here.
Well, it's a great pleasure to have you here and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Does your mom give you advice? Does she ever...
Yes, she gives the worst advice. She just speaks in bumper stickers. You know, like I called her after the breakup, and she's like, "You need to love like you've never been hurt." Like that's just bad advice. Yeah,
that's
like no one's watching.
Yeah, that's like Dr. Phil.
Right. You should always dance like at least a couple people are watching, right? Cross the
I mean, this is again more sexy humor.
street like no car. It's just a dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Across the street, like
Right.
But it makes people.
because of the constant cringe, feelings of cringe.
Thank you. And thank you guys for playing my favorite song.
Yeah.
Hi, class.
Yeah, I mean,
We have history. I can't. Your hand is so gross. Like it's so gross to look
it's not gross
at.
to look at, so don't look at it though.
Why do you hurt your hand in the shape of the shocker? Like I think that's, that's inappropriate.
Probably was doing the shocker on like a child or something. He's so disgusting. But I think he might be a six. But this is kind of I feel like how the instincts. This is the only reason I'm really getting the instincts now, is because of how the instincts do change the type in a way that is noticeable. Like he's obviously sexual last Jimmy Fallon, and he really has like the whole looking presentable, being a nice guy, and like she's like I mean she's still nice and funny and stuff, but she's like a hot mess, and like she's using the hot mess as part of her persona, and like she's being crass, like sexual middle, like making inappropriate jokes.
Don't cover it. It's fine. It's fine.
It's not fun. I'm not.
It's just so gross.
All right, well, I must not make it
Sorry.
I mean, you could argue this is some like SP last like horror zone, where the SP zone, where the last zone is like horrifying and mystifying and like.
Since you've been on our show, and I gotta say, just skyrocketing. You were like the hottest,
It's all because of
biggest
you.
thing. It had nothing to do with me at all, but all you, and gosh, you've just been hitting home runs. And you seem like you're handling this pretty well. How are you handling the success? Are you freaking out at all? Are you going
Yeah.
crazy? Are you different in any way?
I would say I'm handling it like a complete champion.
Yeah, and like again, this isn't like positive type hubris. She's obviously joking, and like you can tell that in her tone and delivery. But I also do think like 9-wing-8 versus 9-wing-1 as a gut center is more like confident and kind of more cocky and more assertive, more aggressive in a sense than 9-wing-1 gut center, which is more like more proper and like more conscious of like their not image, but their how they carry themselves. Like they're kind of a little bit more poised and pulled in.
Am I different? I've gotten better looking. My personality's improved. No,
Yeah.
I'm like just all these fancy things. Like this is my first time going to any awards, and
Yeah.
famous people want to talk to me. Like well, they don't, but now I'm like allowed to talk to them. Yeah,
That's a better way to put it. Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah, and
Like,
again, she's like circling back to like I'm relatable and like I'm just like you guys. Like that's kind of the undercurrent of everything she's saying. It's like, yeah, I'm famous now, but like famous people like I'm not really like the famous people, and it's not like a for image thing either of like I'm not like them. It's you guys, the audience, can still connect to me.
I was at the Time Most Influential People of the Year, the Time 100,
And so there are all these people like Ebola fighters, like people making a real difference. But I wanted to talk to Bradley Cooper.
And also telling her little like simpy fangirl story.
Like he's made a difference for me. So
Also, like, I don't know, I'm starting to think, I mean, you could say this about other stockings, but I feel like social sexuals, because I feel like they're kind of like the the fame whore types, or like they really love like celeb culture. Like, just for the record, like I do type as social sexual these days, for the people who know from back in the day when I was typed social celeb, which never made sense to me. I do think it's like, and it's something I don't really want to own, but there is this, there's a bit of a fame whore element to social sexuals, I think, that's kind of like interested in like what the fabulous people are doing, and it's like then how you view yourself within that realm dependent on your type a little bit. This is just my hot take. And like, I'm not talking about like getting a picture of yourself with like a D-lister at Comic-Con, just so like we're clear. I think that there's just this like orientation towards what like is going on in the social sphere that's kind of more exciting or interesting or fabulous, or who's cool, who's not cool, who's gross or whatever. Like, it's kind of this is the impression I'm getting these days. If you want to argue with me about the instincts, stay tuned and you can join my server and pay me for the pleasure.
I'm like, oh my God, you save lives? Cool. Bradley. And like, whenever I see him, I've seen him in a couple things. I always harass him. I'm just like, Bradley, like to make my sister laugh.
Bradley Cooper's so fucking gay. She must know that. I mean, I feel like people know, right? That he's like gay as fuck. I don't know if this is old.
I shout his name. And so I went over to him and then I was just like, hey, sorry that
And Bradley Cooper's probably a 3, like a 369 or something.
I'm always shouting your name, and I talked about you on Letterman. And I tried to get out of there because I feel very uncomfortable talking to somebody that handsome. Like,
But then they feel like sixes have to tell you every inner content. It's like, why is she talking about this? If she was actually embarrassed about it, she's not going to talk about it. But this is like what the six thing do, is like, I have to tell you all the context. I have to tell you all the inner workings of my mind and all of the cringe around it. It's like they're cringing themselves. It's like it's like they're using cringe to endear themselves. So it's like, if you really were embarrassed about this, like you wouldn't talk about it on a talk show, but she is talking about it on a talk show.
like I'm fine right now, but like, no,
Or he's a 9. I don't know what he is. I hate him though.
you know it. Usually, that is just I can't. If you had lost the finger, it would be such a cool story, but it's like not even cool. So anyway,
Yeah, it was like some SP last, I think, orientation towards SP. It's like losing your finger would be cooler because it's more interesting, and like, who cares about your finger, right? You don't really need it. Because like 6 security and stuff shows up in their instinct. So if she's like social, it's going to show up in the social realm, where she's kind of seeking security socially by being kind of likable and whatever. Anyways, I think I'm done this typing. So Amy Schumer, social sexual 7 or 6-wing 7, 9-wing 8, 3-wing 2. I didn't really go that much into her wings, but I don't know, she has like a 3-wing 2 kind of charming, friendly persona. She's not snooty. I mean, her like catty stuff is more social sexual cattiness. It's not really 3-wing 2e or 3-wing 4 nastiness. 9-wing 8, like I already kind of talked about a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've done this. So her alter ego then is 793, which is the pixie grifter, frat, like sorority girl, maybe, party animal, party ghoul. And then her shadow would be 682. Oh, I don't remember what I called that one. I think I called hamburger helper. I gotta post my list online, my official list. I'll do that. I'll do that soon. Anyways, yeah. Stay tuned for updates.